AgriPac and other farm groups are endorsing U.S. Senator Debbie Stabenow in her re-election bid.
I'm going to roll up my sleeves every single day and go to work. And I have to tell you, agriculture, farmers, our ranchers are at the top of my list.
A number of local food promotion and specialty crop programs in Michigan are on the receiving end of $3 million in grant funding courtesy of the USDA. And Michigan Agricultural Commodities' Chris Betz will join us with a market update. I'm Janelle Brose, and this is Farm News 5.
Farm News 5 is brought to you by Ford.
Southeast Michigan farmers last week showed how they're leading the way in improving water quality in the western Lake Erie Basin. Two Lenawee County farms, part of the Michigan Cleaner Lake Erie through Action and Research, or MI Clear Coalition, hosted the group's members to demonstrate their efforts to reduce phosphorus entering Lake Erie.
So we got to visit a couple of farms this morning. We got to visit Baker Ladd's farms and talk with Blaine Baker, who's doing a lot of really innovative projects on his farm on water management, water quality, and controlling drainage coming on and off his farm. And then we went to State Line Farms and talked to Chris McAllister, who runs their nutrient management programs, and he talked about a lot of the technology that's used and a lot of the work and planning and especially mapping that goes into figuring out where exactly nutrients need to go onto a farm to make sure that they're not only efficiently used for good crop production, but also where they're going to be having less loss and less potential for runoff into the watershed and ultimately into Lake Erie.
State Line Farms utilizes conservation practices because it's the right thing to do, whether it's putting the right nutrient in the right place or at the right time, utilizing our hog manure or commercial fertilizer. Also utilizing cover crops to try to hold those nutrients in place for the next year for the crops to be grown.
Kind of exciting there. They're going to be sampling tile water, 2 structures on our farm, 3 farms involved across the county, sampling water coming out of the tile line. In our situation, we have a saturated buffer that is going to hopefully suck up some of the nutrients. They're going to be able to monitor how much nutrient value is being absorbed out of that saturated buffer by the grasses and such. I think it's important information. It's something that I wish we'd have had back in the 40s when the district started. We need to form baseline data.
Carrying on a family tradition, Brian Heffron operates Heffron Farms and Heffron Farms Markets in Kent County with his father and brother. The third-generation family farm raises grain-fed beef cattle and markets that beef, as well as pork, turkey, chicken, fruits, and vegetables at 4 farm markets.
When Heffron Farms Market started, we actually started marketing it as a quality product, not necessarily a natural product, but after hearing our customers' demands, they actually wanted the natural product, so we made the switch over to natural. It was an easy switch for us to make. We raise the beef here at our home farm here in Belding, and then we work with other farmers that raise our turkey, chicken, and our pork for us, and they raise them to what our standards are. When we go into a new restaurant or a new customer, we still market it as a quality product. Our cattle are grain-fed their entire time they're here, versus just the last few months that they're finishing, which is a big difference between how some of the beef cattle are raised.
The Michigan Soybean Promotion Committee is devoted to investing soybean farmer checkoff dollars to address grower concerns. We focus our efforts on production research, market development, and outreach. Learn more at michigansoybean.org.
Michigan Farm Bureau's Political Action Committee, AgriPac, and a plethora of other statewide agriculture organizations are endorsing Debbie Stabenow for another term in the United States Senate. In making the endorsement, the group cited Stabenow's role in writing the 2018 Farm Bill and her efforts to secure funding for rural water infrastructure improvements and high-speed internet expansion. AgriPac has also announced its entire slate of 2018 Friends of Agriculture. The endorsements can be found online at mishfb.com.
They owe you $20,000 and just filed for bankruptcy. What do? Visit fosterswift.com to learn why quick action is key to protecting your assets today.
The U.S. Department of Agriculture is investing close to $3 million to increase opportunities for Michigan farmers through 5 grant programs. The funding supports a variety of locally led projects intended to expand markets for local food promotion and specialty crops. Almost $250,000 of the $3 million investment will go towards converting the maple syrup producer's manual from print to digital. When complete, the online version of the manual will include updated content and videos. With a look at the latest market activity, here is Michigan Ag Commodities' Chris Betz.
Thanks, Janelle. Record corn and soybean crops continue to keep prices depressed overall, but short fund traders will be looking to buy the bottom of the move in corn and beans, as seen in the rally on Thursday for both. Soybean basis continues to be extremely wide nationally, as harvest time storage and logistics is an issue, which is also pressuring harvest time corn basis. U.S. soybeans are working their way to alternative homes, such as Argentina, without the normal direct Chinese demand. Brazilian real continues to be extremely cheap, which has supported South American export business, but exportable quantities and quality are running thin there. Trade negotiations with China will still be a main focus. There were signs of some general market optimism on that front this week, such as the Dow Jones Industrial Average trading higher on the week, despite the latest round of tariffs being enacted by both countries. This could have also pushed some investors into commodities. For more market information, go to michag.com. With Michigan Agricultural Commodities, I'm Chris Betz.
For more news and video, visit MichiganFarmNews.com and the Michigan Farm Bureau channel on YouTube. With Farm News 5, I'm Janelle Brose. Have a great week of farming.